Take a break from your busy schedule and join Harold Sala for Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living.
Can we be good without God? Is the human spirit and the desire to do right so strong, so powerful, that desire is a sufficient motive to do good? In his classic novel, The Brothers Karamazov, the 19th century Russian novelist Dostoyevsky asked, "Can man be good without God?" History says no without qualification. But today, our educational system, the philosophy of government, and the pattern of our lives attempts to say, yes, we don't need God to be good. If there is anything new about the way we strive to answer that question, it is by making ourselves believe that we have included God in the scheme of our lives. In reality, we pay token tribute to Him, while actually leaving Him on the sidelines and attempting to be good by ourselves. It just doesn't work. The end result is violence, shattered families, and broken lives. Life is no longer sacred either in the womb or in the convalescent hospital. The streets are no longer safe to inhabit, and contracts, written or oral, are no longer binding. For 73 years, Russian communism launched a great experiment in striving to be good without God. Essential goodness, whereby all people would be equal, was quickly flawed. It soon became apparent that some were more equal than others, especially those whose privileges enabled them to shop in the stores where Western goods are found and better food. Those not so fortunate ate cabbage and potatoes. It wasn't because some were better than others. It was only that some had better connections than others. Under communism, God was pushed aside. Atheism became the official religion of the state, and upon that philosophical foundation, there was no real motive for goodness. The law of the land became essentially the law of the jungle. In morality, it was do whatever feels good. In business, it was do whatever you can get away with. Without God, there is no basis for integrity, no motive for morality, no need for honesty, and certainly no accountability. It just doesn't work. History is the sad refrain of man's attempt to be good without God. The failures result in murders, wars, and devastation. And the lessons we have not learned, we are doomed to repeat. Going one step further, is it possible that you, at least in a measure, attempt to be good without God? You can cite all kinds of supporting evidence. You neither murder nor steal, or maybe a bit here and there on your taxes, but nothing that puts you behind bars. You remind yourself that you are a great deal better than most, but your heart is like a dungeon of lust and turmoil. Can you relate to what Paul wrote as he said, "For I know that nothing good dwells within me, that is my flesh. For I have the desire to do what is right, but not the ability to carry it out. For I do not the good I want, but the evil I do not want is what I keep on doing." Friend, striving to be good without God is an exercise in futility, a fruitless game whereby you try to convince yourself that you're better off than you really are. It is only when you turn to God that you see yourself as you really are, a sinner who has fallen short of God's expectations. But by throwing yourself on His mercy, you find the lifeline of grace, which rescues you from the failure of good intentions.
You've just heard Dr. Harold Sala with Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living. If you would like to listen to the program again, download a copy, subscribe to our e-commentary, or view other resources, visit guidelines.org. We would like to hear from you too. You can email us at info@guidelines.org. That's info@guidelines.org. Thanks for listening, and we invite you to join us again for the next edition of Guidelines.